Hi everyone, I'm Byron. I'm reviewing now the second episode of Family Ties. It's called Not With My Sister You Don't. It's about Alex and Mallory. The first one was about Alex and Steven, his dad, and this one's more about Alex and Mallory. And I wanted to mention after the last episode that the conflict between Alex and Steven is somewhat mirrored in the finale, which will be fun when I get to that years from now, or maybe half a year. If I manage to watch an episode every day, it'll only be half a year. But probably won't. Maybe a year. Anyway, Not With My Sister You Don't. The parents leave town, and Alex and Mallory have a party. And at this party, Mallory meets one of Alex's friends. But first, there's more just fun conflict, like last episode, between Alex and Jennifer. Jennifer's taking pictures of the party, and they're often conflicting. And there was Alex answers the phone, and he's trying to hide the fact that he has a party, and he's talking to his parents. If the parents call, Alex answers. He's trying to hide the fact they're having a party, and Jennifer answers the phone. Alex gives the phone to Jennifer, and Jennifer says, "Oh, I just taking some nature photographs, birds, bees, and because everyone's making out at the party." Anyway, so that's Alex for Jennifer. And Mallory meets one of Alex's friends, and his friend is the captain of the football team. And Mallory goes on a car ride with him. And that's where we get the title of the episode, Not With My Sister You Don't. Yeah, so Alex is all, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And when Mallory comes back, Alex confronts her, like, what did you do? What did you do? And she's not going to tell him. She refuses to tell him. And she mentions a double standard. There's a double standard for men and women. No, there isn't. There's a triple standard. One for guys, one for girls, and one for my sister. And so that was a funny joke. This episode was not as funny as the pilot, but just as serious, maybe more serious, less politically charged. It does mention the double standard, but it's less politically charged than the first episode. But it is very, very much into the family conflict, especially how young people interact with each other. And I guess there is a bit of politics. It's how conservatives deal with the facts of the liberal changes that happened the generation before them. So they sort of have to accept that men and women should be treated exactly equally, just about. And that if you're going to get upset about a woman alone in a car with a man, you should be just as upset about a man alone in a car with a woman. And Alex, in a way, he sort of agrees with that, but he did say, it's different because you're my sister. That's a good argument. It's different because you're my sibling. That's actually an okay argument. He never actually brought up a double standard. If it had been his little brother, it's never said that he wouldn't have been just as upset. However, it's implied that he wouldn't have. Anyway, Alex and Mallory make up. And just like the scene of the last episode with Alex and Steven, they make up, they realize everything's going to be okay. Life's going to be great, no matter, where politics goes. And, there is a thing. Alex, he says sorry, like a Canadian, because he's played by a Canadian. Anyway, the subplot, the parents, of course, left town. The subplot is of them leaving town. Steven has a huge competitive nature with the guy of the couple they left town with. And then the wives don't like the competitiveness. And the other husband says, I bet I can make up with my wife faster than you can make up with yours. And then they come out. No, and then the other couple goes off screen and for a little bit, and Alex and not Alex, Steven and Elise, is that the mom's name? I forget. I think it's Elise. They talk for a bit, but then the other husband comes out and he says, "Well, I made up with my wife," and he's smoking. They clearly just had sex, and it was like 2 minutes. I mean, it was very, very quick. I don't understand. That was clearly they didn't really think that through. Just they wrote the scene, and when the scene was over, the guy came out. However long the scene took, the guy was going to come out. So I don't think they really planned that. And like I said, this episode was not as funny as the last episode, but the best joke was to do with the first competition they had was a newlywed potato sack race. That's brilliant. There should be a potato sack race at every wedding. I love weddings, and they'd be even better with a potato sack race. A potato sack race. Anyway, they'd be better with a potato sack race. In fact, next wedding I'm going to go to, I'm going to try and start a potato sack race. Anyway, this was Not With My Sister You Don't, the second episode of Family Ties. I probably won't keep track of the numbers so much, but it's been fun. Bye. Sorry. Bye.